Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So this time around again I'm gonna be trying a new way how to record myself. I'm using just my phone with this, and therefore if there are any audio issues, please do bear with me. And normally obviously I would be making several videos about this because we do have the patch notes release and we do have the Kabam stream that did in fact release new details, had some interesting leaks, and I will do my best to sum it up for you guys, well, in as short of a video as I can. So obviously next month event is to do with Gladiator and the Iron Man buff, but we also are gonna get event quest changes for the first time in quite a while, and there will be updated rewards, as well as we will get fewer paths in all difficulties, which is absolutely awesome because monthly event quest does seem like quite a bit of a drag, and even doing the Thronebreaker difficulty only and then some completion runs, it does take quite a while. So the fact that Kabam is shortening it, in my opinion, is good because the game obviously has grown since initially event quest started, and we have, now we have better incursions, we have battlegrounds, we have other content to do for newer players or players that haven't explored Act 8. Obviously, there's a bigger accumulation of all that. So I do like the fact that they are kind of shortening down event quest, as well as removing nodes. They are increasing slightly energy cost per node, but it will still take significantly less energy to explore the thing. So I do like the fact that it's just going to be less grind. Who doesn't? So I'm quite happy about that. There will be a rewards update as well, because event quest will no longer spawn random items. They will basically be putting those rewards in chests, and there will be additional obviously changes to the rewards, including some relic materials, starting Thronebreaker and up higher difficulty, I believe, and starting Cab difficulty and up, I believe. And then we are obviously getting the Paragon Gauntlet starting next month. And they effectively explain Paragon Gauntlet. You will be able to bring in 3 champions. You're going to be able to swap out champions twice. And these are going to be exactly the same event quest boss fights with slightly or somewhat increased attack and health. So the same bosses that you fight in event quest, you will have to take on in this specific run, but as an addition you will have these swap in and out options. However, the bad thing, the annoying thing, the one thing that I wish they really hadn't done is the fact that you only are going to be able to play Paragon Gauntlet once you explore the Thronebreaker event quest. So I really wish they hadn't done that, but it is what it is. As far as the rewards, we're gonna see that the rewards are actually quite all right, I think, because I don't expect it to be too difficult. Let's face it, it's just Thronebreaker EQ bosses. It's not going to be an Eternity of Pain type of thing or Grandmaster's Gauntlet level type of thing. It's only going to be 6 fights. We're still going to be able to swap in and out champions, and I don't expect this entire thing to take more than like 20 minutes or something on average initial try, and then later if you want to blitz through it, you probably will be able to do it as well. It will give you a 6-star Nexus Hero Crystal, a full tier 3 Alpha, full tier 6 Basic, 2 25% tier 6 class Catalyst Fragment Crystals, so 50% tier 6 CC, and some relic stuff, 3000 7-star shards, and a fairly straightforward lump sum of 2 million gold. So I don't think that it's too bad. I think it's fine, pending the level of difficulty and the time commitment needed, but half a tier 6 CC in there I think is quite solid. And yeah, that those fragment crystals are 2 times 25%, in case you are interested. Here we also have our first look at of Ascension. However, here Kabam also purposely leaks Werewolf by Night. So Werewolf will be joining the contest in October together with Morbius. I know that quite few people already predicted that, but we will see that Werewolf will be joining contest in October. So now we have confirmation of both of the October champions. Obviously, many people will get the access to Morbius already due to those 3 platinum track purchases, and then the second champion that we will see is going to be Werewolf, so we can return to it. So we will be able to earn those primordial dusts in the event, and here we could see Werewolf by Night. So if I well, you guys saw it there at the beginning. I'm not going to try and mess around too much. So Werewolf, he did look quite cool. I will look into him more because I don't know too much about him as a character, but I definitely know that quite a few people are excited, and also that Jay predicted that. Here we're going to take a look at the Caps Enlistment event. Basically, in order to benefit from it fully, you will have to be an alliance, so do find yourself an active alliance, and there will be these enlistment gifting crystals, which is basically going to be something similar like BAM does around Chinese New Year, when we earn these red envelope tickets and then we send each other red envelopes, and there is no money involved in that aspect of it, but we basically gift in between alliance members. So find yourself an alliance buddy that you agree to change in equivalent amount of tickets, and then just keep sending them to each other, and hopefully they do have some decent rewards in them. Here is going to be the way this new crystal looks with a quite neat bow tie, and here we can see the top rewards will be obviously connected with the alliance game modes and also incursions and battlegrounds. And some of the most notable top tier rewards will include 5,000 Titan shards, it will include primordial dust, and it will include full 6-star relic, 80,000 artifacts. And with that, we can see that obviously there will be additional rewards as well, as the currency in case of alliance war, it's going to be loyalty. In case of alliance quest, it's going to be glory. In case of battlegrounds, they didn't quite explain. So we're going to get additional currency for each individual game mode as well. And there's going to be something called Top Defender Crystal, which is going to obviously feature more or less more tough defenders. And there will be Primordial Dust and these enlistment crystals. There will also be this crystal nexus selector type of thing, that we will be able to select our own rewards from those crystals. However, one of the bigger changes that is probably going to be quite controversial as well is the update to Incursion and the cost of the 7-star Incursion crystal. So, new theme of Incursion is going to be centered around Plat Pool and Gold Pool. We will end up fighting these Deadpooloids instead of Doom bots or something else, so that is going to be the update. A lot of current month's changes will remain in Incursions, with the way the hacks work, with the way you select champions or swap out champions, with the way you get these additional boosts. But yeah, instead of Doom bots, we will now be going up against Deadpooloids. And here we're going to be able to see that they are changing the amount of sectors. They will basically be following this example of the current side quest. There will be 6 difficulty levels in Incursions going forward. They are reducing champion cooldowns. I had no idea that for whatever reason 7-star champion cooldown was 140 hours normally. It's going down to 20 hours. 6 stars also going 20 hours, so it means you can play every day with your full powered team, which I think is fair enough, because one day it kind of makes sense in my head at the very least. So I'm quite all right with these new cooldown times. And there is obviously going to be a rewards update. Increased artifact gain across all the difficulties, increased artifact cap to 500, and there is a very, very good reason for that, as well as adding 7-star shards and tier 6 CC to top zone bonus rewards for those of you who do push to zone 25. So once I do get back to streaming, hopefully sooner rather than later, you guys will be able to see me try and do that as well. So increased amount of various resources, that's quite cool, and also increased gold, and there will be reduced amounts of gameplay time needed to collect those milestones and gold, which is quite sweet. And now we can take a look at 7-star Incursion crystal, and it will require for you to already have 8 7-star champions to purchase. If not, save up those 500k artifacts and try to hold on to them until you do have 8 7-stars. You will be able to purchase one of these crystals every month. So here is the champion pool. I'll be honest, I'm not super over the moon because most of these champions, in order to function properly, do require not just awakening but also max sig or super high sig. In case of like Mojo offensively needs very high sig. As a defender, he will still be decent on awakened though. But Angela, again, in order to play her properly, you do want to have her at a very high sig. She is still a decent damage dealing champion. Without that, she will still be decent incursion champion without that. But in order to access that extra utility, you do need it very high sig Angela. Namor is a SIG 200 or go bust type of champion. Cap America Infinity War is also a champion that requires high SIG. Therefore, my personal desire here is, and the champion that I'm most hyped to pull is definitely Hulkbuster, because Hulkbuster is perfectly capable, unawakened, and in my opinion, one of the most slept champions in the game. So I will definitely be trying to get Hulkbuster. Really, really want to get that guy. But yeah, that is the crystal. As a skill champion I didn't mention is Ronin. We have some changes to Alliance War with the new season as well. We will have a different map, as we can see here. Basically, you will be able to navigate your section 1 and then section 2 without any mini boss fights, and then further on mini boss islands, mini boss bottlenecks are replaced by these 3 small islands that we will be able to basically assign any of those mini bosses to any of the players much easier, and then we are gonna go to like the final island. So hopefully this map works out well. There will also be some new node updates and more information about this next week on forums. Then relics are coming to Alliance War. We're going to be able to use relics on Alliance War attack starting season 44. There will also be rewards updates that will include Titan Hero Crystal Shards for Masters level alliances. That will increase tier 6 class catalyst fragments in both crystals and selectors, added 4, 5 and 6 star relic crystal shards for masters level, and then obviously some of that will go down to plat level, to gold level, to silver level. But I'll be honest, like added 4-star relic shards to like gold tier alliances, I don't think too many people will be happy about it. You guys can let me know. Obviously, maybe I'm wrong, but it does seem that these rewards updates are, well, the way they are worded here at the very least, are pretty much very masters level heavy, because still plat level alliances would definitely, benefit from increased tier 6 CC amount and stuff like that. So we'll see exact details of it. I hope this isn't one of the cases where, yeah, Kabam just completely ignores the rest of the alliances aside from Masters. But we'll see. Moving on, there is going to be this loyalty crystal. Now, unfortunately, they did not tell us the amount of loyalty that will be needed for this crystal. I forgot to mention, for Incursions crystal, you will need 400,000 artifacts to get that 7-star Incursions crystal, but with the increased artifact gain, hopefully it won't be too bad, and it will be relatively, straightforward to get it within a month, because that would be the limit anyways. But as far as loyalty goes, we do not know how much loyalty we will need for it, so we're definitely going to have to look forward for the details. But here is the crystal pool, and I do like this one much better, because unlike the Incursions crystal, we have Storm, Black Cat, Vision Arcus, Mordo, and Howard the Duck, whom all are either perfectly viable, unawakened, or can deal with just being low sig. Like unawakened Mordo is perfectly fine. Sig 20 Howard is perfectly fine. Unawakened Vision Arcus and Storm can do, and Black Cat do as well. So I really, really do like this crystal pool, and obviously here is my clear favorite, which is the Black Cat. Black Cat is awesome, and I would love a 7-star Black Cat. But even getting something like Mordo and Storm and Vision Arcus, I'd quite like that. So I do like Alliance War loyalty crystal thing much better champion pool wise, but we're getting both of them, which is awesome. So that's going to be a couple of additional ways how we can earn 7-star champions, which is what we all desire and chase for now. And moving forward, we will also have a little update to relics. The way the relics look, they will be basically kind of like highlighted blue, shiny blue, transparent blue. I don't know how to call it. It's just so we can more easy differentiate them in the game when the relics are actually doing the work. And then we saw the trailer again, and then we got a showcase, a little bit of Iron Man's gameplay, and it does look quite decent. He does have, I checked, 5, I believe, in damage markings, and that does look quite great. I will likely try to break down and talk a bit more about Iron Man, maybe over the weekend, maybe on Monday, depends how my personal availability is going to let me. But the fact that you can stack the armor pauses if you parry multiple hits on opponent's special attack, and therefore pause your armor ups for like a minute full if you parry like 6 times quickly, and because they fall off one at a time, it's decent. And look, those were some very, very serious numbers that in damage department. So now, after watching this bit of gameplay, I am definitely more hopeful about Iron Man, and the animations and graphics also do look great. So very much so look forward to playtesting this new Iron Man. And yeah, this is a rework, this isn't a new champion, so if you do have Iron Man in game, which is virtually everybody, then you will have access to this rework, which I think should get everybody very pumped up. And they did warn us that this is not necessarily a new trend that they are doing, but it could also happen in future, pending how well or poorly this goes for them. Now we have a little bit of gameplay from Gladiator, and he, if not anything else, has like a very cool, interesting mechanic now, where you can try to punish your opponent in the middle of their special attack, and then you inflict a burst of damage to them whilst their special attack animation is going on. Once you ramp him up, he will go unstoppable, and then it's going to be the trick that most Tiger players are kind of familiar with, where you run in the middle of an opponent's special attacks, and even though you don't really connect with them, you can see that they are taking like 20k bursts when you try to hit them just before or just after or during these special attack animations. Other than that, he still looked quite decent with Intimidate, which in my opinion is the most unreliable debuff in the game, but fine. He has access to Cold Snap, Incinerate, Vigilance, Unstoppable, so he did sound quite well. Very much look forward to get more information about the Gladiator and looking whether they did him justice. So that is quite cool. So when you have built up your confidence, you can see that you can basically avoid taking damage and nuking down the opponents during their special attacks. So that was quite cool. And that is also about all. That's about it that we got from the update and happening in the September. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video again, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.